So I really feel what this story for me starts with is our ends as an organization, and how important it is to be talking about where we're going, and how important it is to have the community. We've talked a lot about vision and a lot about having those goals, and for us that's no different. Our board worked really hard on creating an end statement that is that we exist to create access to food that is healthy for people, healthy for land, and healthy for the economy. And that, to me, I get to have that be my job description. I get to come to work every day and do that. And for the board members in the room, if you can, you're like, my board has made my life so much better, and I think by extension our community so much better by creating this end statement that is inspiring, meaningful, and really helps us to align ourselves around where we're going. And to me, so why does growth matter? Well, it matters because we can do that, and we can do more of that, and we can do that in much more powerful and engaging and impressive ways that really make more and more of a difference. Some things that, before we move on to the next slide, we talk about creating access, and we mean that for everyone in our community. And for us, that's been a really interesting journey, and recognizing that we are a white institution. We've been a white institution since 1970 when we started. And recognizing that we need to develop a lens, a way of doing all of this that engages our entire community. Thanks, yeah. And we want to make that difference for everyone, and so we choose more and more, understand better and better what it means to choose to see our work and see the work we're doing in our community through a lens of anti-oppression, of anti-racism, and recognizing that those things matter in such immensely fundamental ways, and that it's really life-giving for all of us and for this community as a whole to be engaged in that conversation in a powerful way and have that lens first and foremost. So, thanks. So when we think about healthy for people, that's a big part of that. We also recognize that how the food is grown and what food is on our tables, all that matters immensely as well. And that we, as a larger store, okay, let me put this in perspective first. So a larger store than we were before. So we were 784 square feet in that old store picture, and now we are 3,132 square feet. I still get down to the last digit there because every square foot still matters at 3132, like it did at 784. We're still not the largest store in the country. We're not the largest store in the state. We're not even close. But we are larger than we were before, and we're able to mobilize ourselves and our resources so much differently now than we were before, and take time to engage and to really actively make a difference. And that shows up in this Healthy for Land piece too, where we were able in this project to invest in hardly being a net energy zero store. We're not there, not even close. But I'm going to Austria next week to figure out how the hell they did that, because we want to be there for sure. And like Ruffin was talking about. But we've made great steps in that direction. Our local purchasing in our old store was actually stayed the same as a percent. We've actually been at 21.2% of local of purchases being from local sources over the last actually 4 or 5 years. It stayed about the same. In 2010, then our last full year in the old store was $129,000 in local purchasing. Over 3 years, our sales have tripled, and that purchasing has tripled to $383,000 of local purchasing. Again, from a store that's, we're about this year we'll be at 3.5 million. I reckon that we'll be probably at around 450,000 in local purchasing. So it's really exciting to be able to, to see that impact, and that's a big part of what matters. Next is our community is investing in our store, in our business, in itself, right? And we see that investment changing. In 2008 is when we started in in our new store, or sorry, started with the equity-based membership structure. So at the beginning of the year, we had $0 in owner investment. By the end of the year, 50. This year, currently, we have $330,000 of our community's money invested in our store, and we have returns. We're paying returns on that kind of money, and that to me, this to me is a really exciting piece of what we're doing, because people think about economic investment and they think about Wall Street and they think about these places outside of our community, and co-ops are really unique in that we offer this kind of investment in our community, and it can make a big difference. So, next. Another piece is the economic impact on our employees. We are always striving to be an awesome place to work and a place where people can feel satisfied and gratified at what they're doing, as well as do that in an environment where they feel appreciated and recognized. And so it's exciting to me to have our staff levels, nearly triple in the last 5 years, because we're able to offer more people in our community quality jobs, and that's exciting. And my final piece is just this, to me too, is the kind of difference that we can make, and an important, incredibly important difference that we've been able to make. So in 2010, we had about 15 employees. The average wage was about $9.22, and over the last, I guess, through 2012, we've been able to bring that up by about 75 cents an hour. And that's, in this store, we were extremely management heavy. We had 5 managers for, a total of 15 employees. That's one, if you're not good at math, that's one manager for every 2 employees. Now we have 40 employees and 6 managers, and we have a lead structure. We have a much more robust structure, and overall, even with we have more than 15 employees that are at entry-level positions, and we're still increasing that overall wage by 75 cents in the last 2 years. So to me, that's the stuff that matters about. These are just some of the things that matter about growth. But thank you very much for listening. That's Chris.